All right, as we're starting to prepare the live stream and coming on, hi, it's Chase Me Spotlight.
Woo! We did it again.
Then again, of course, that's Frank Moran. All right, as we're starting to prepare the live stream. I do this every week. I do this every week, folks. That's Frank Moran, of course. I'm James Lott Jr., and we're back for another edition during our 10th season of doing this show, Chase Me Spotlight. This time on JLJ Media. Well, this time on JLJ Media. Next time, who knows where? No. We're here. I do want to give a shout out. I didn't get a chance to, I have not had a chance to. This happened about a couple of weeks ago, but the funeral was recently. Our former co-host, one of our favorites, Carla Renata, lost her father.
Yeah.
And they shared a birthday, which is kind of funny in real life. But she loved her daddy. And so I just want to give a shout out to her. And we love her, of course. To her. I forgot to mention that. Losing parents is hard, kids. We're all getting there. So I'll give a shout out to her. Also, today is the LA Marathon. It's probably wrapping up now, It's about starting to wrap up. I saw a cousin of mine, Blake. Hey, Blake. He did it. I am a 3-time marathoner. I saw Frank earlier. I see my trophies and stuff, everything around me. To me, I was telling people the other day, marathons are some of the hardest, most rewarding things you can do. I did mine in my 40s, so it was kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm. And how exactly afterwards did you feel rewarded? Other than that great little
medal
you wear.
When I was done. No. No, because I was hungry. So you don't, so you fill up on carbs the night before. So I had a big pasta dinner. There was a whole thing. And then so the morning I just had like some fruit, or you don't want anything in your stomach when you're trying to go. And so I was like, so I remember when I got to the finish line, and I was in so much pain because I did it. I cried in my friend's arms. I was like, I'm hungry. And so when I sat down finally to eat, I actually felt it then, Frank.
Really?
I did. I was like, I did it. Like, oh my God. The first time I was like, I really did this. Like, I always thought marathons were somebody else. I did it. So it was kind of fun. So I really felt it.
Yeah. I mean, I got to imagine that the sense of accomplishment, especially because, I mean, just what, 26.3? Is that?
It's 26.2.
It seems just so incredibly daunting. So that to be able to actually accomplish that, yeah, it's got to be an incredible feeling.
The first marathon I did was in San Francisco, and I had just left there. So I was returning home, and I actually ran past my old place. That was kind of cool.
Oh,
my
cool.
friends cheered me on. I was like, oh my God, they were there. And my friends showed up at the end and surprised me also. I didn't ask anybody to come see me. At the very end, they were at the finish line. And I just fell into their arms crying for so many reasons. But I was happy to see them too. And I have pictures of all that. So they're online. I'm posting them off and on. The memories come up and I'm posting them. But I did 2 in San Francisco. And I did the 1 in LA. So I did 2.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was kind of fun. Also, it's Neighbors' 40th anniversary this week. East End just had their 40th. Now it's Neighbors' turn. And this Tuesday, I put out an episode, 5 most iconic moments on Neighbors' history. This week, they have some special episodes happening, which I'll probably will do reviews for the following week. But celebrities want to celebrate them, even though they're going off the air again. They couldn't make it, I guess. So December is their last episodes. So it's kind of sad. It's a kind of a bittersweet thing for the show. I just got into it. I like it. It's good. But congratulations. Anything 40 years, anything you produce for 40 years, that's a lot.
For sure. Absolutely. And hopefully maybe it rests for a year or 2 or 5 and then somebody brings it back.
Yeah. Like that. Also, we had the soap block this morning. So as many of you know, we did Y&R Bold. No Amanda Russ, but we had Tammy Dot Govea, and we had Candy Poo join us. But the crazy shenanigans on both shows, they are out now for you. All of our opinions. We got a message from Lawrence St. Victor during our Bold show. That was very nice. So to hear that message, you have to watch the Bold show. But they're both out now, audio and video. They're out there for you to listen, comment, and disagree. Um, you know you do. And after this, check out my buddy, my chocolate twin, 10 years of friendship, Tony Moore and his cohorts over at Dish and Days as they talk about EJ raped Sammy all those years ago. And now the son finds out. It was a
Uh-oh.
big week. It was very much Luke and Lucky. It was very much that.
Oh, interesting.
The storyline happened a long time ago, and the kid's all grown now, and he finds out.
Uh,
It was one of those. So he found out this week. So I'm sure they're going to talk about all of that and more over at Dish and Days. Check out that channel. Tell them that James and Frank sent you. Also, they're beginning the process with Drake Hogan stuff, and John Black. And Charles Shaughnessy is returning as Shane Donovan. He's part of the storyline. So
oh, nice.
yeah, they showed him on the preview. I'm like, very excited. We love us some Charles Shaughnessy. We love it. But that's at 3:00. So check them out over there at Dish and Days. And also find out this week when he says I'm older than. So he chooses. Because he does every week. I think that's everything I need to tell you guys on the church announcements that's going on. Yeah. JLJ Media has a lot of content coming out the next couple of weeks. I have lots of interviews and things coming out. Just stay tuned. And Tammy Dagovea's Some Like a Classic returns this Wednesday, the 19th, with a new episode. And she's working on two very special Voices of Daytime. I can tell Frank after we're over which ones they are, who they are.
Ooh.
But they're two people you know, and one's formerly of General Hospital.
Hello.
And she's interviewing them in person. So those will be coming out soon. So stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff going on, Frank. We got a lot of stuff going on.
It's cooking.
It's cooking. It's good. It's good.
We got a lot of stuff in the oven. Bacon.
I'm spinning 10 plates in the air. It's crazy. It's all a crash. So there we go. So we got stuff going on. So folks, okay, that's everything. So I'm trying to think, where do I want to begin?
Oh, I'm excited.
There were two conversations this week. And one was, there were a lot of great smaller moments this week. There was one conversation that if it was true, I wish it would have meant more to me. I'm talking about Willow and Sasha.
Okay.
So for me, Frank, we know that Jason's not the father. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, okay. So Willow going off on her about that and trying to accuse her of being like her mother and all this stuff falls flat.
Yeah.
We know it's not real. But Sasha did, said some good stuff to her. Willow just seems like a dum-dum. She's coming across like a dumb. So that whole exchange, it fell flat for me. I don't know, Frank, what do you think?
Well, even if everybody knew that it was Michael's baby and Michael's the father, it's still well, it wouldn't have fell flat, but it would have been different.
Yes.
There would have been a different thrust of the conversation. Willow would have had a different point of view, uh, and maybe would have had to have some more valid points. So,
Yeah.
Because I feel like the points that she posed to Sasha at that moment were like, no, I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, or so like if it had been Michael, it would be that you slept with a married man.
Right.
So
Yeah, so it's been different. Yeah, it's been different. It was just like, okay, they're being bitchy to each other. And it's just showing us more of, I liked when Kai tried to talk to her.
yeah. It's true. It's just I thought like, oh hey, Drew's already talked to Willow and he's left.
Yes.
But no, he just pops into that scene.
What's going on? Connie, what's going on? He like, where does he just live in the walls? Like that, but he's like that, he's everywhere, Frank.
He was. I was like, come on. Seriously, guys.
Maybe Connie was like she was like, come on, seriously, guys. She was like, oh my God. Like, it's like he pops out. And I started laughing because it's like, does he live inside the he's just there? He was just there.
He was.
I was like, oh my God. She was like, never mind. She was just like, never mind. She's like,
yeah, get it.
Talk calmly to her, but not. She goes, she was so exasperated. She's just like, yeah, you guys just have at it. And just, I was like, that's right. I'm tired of them too. Oh,
I was like, oh, all right. Well, we tried. We
Yeah,
tried.
he tried. I
Yeah.
mean, and made her run to Nina, made her run home girl.
Yes.
No, we gotta do something. We gotta do something now. Woo! She's like, it's just like it's Drew. The Drew character is actually amusing me on some level because Congressman Cutthroat, folks, is getting me because it's kind of a funny like he has no shame.
No,
Just
zero.
doesn't. And he just shows up everywhere. He's everywhere,
Yeah.
Frank. He must have. I mean, he must be driving. I mean, he's at the hospital all of a sudden. No, he's with the mayor. No, he's over here. No, he's at the crypt. Like he's just like
I, and admittedly, I get what people are saying. It's like, aren't you supposed to be in DC? Like, you guys are in session right now, and you're just hanging out here all the time. Like, what's up? What's up with that? What's up, that Congressman Cutthroat?
I was in Cutthroat. That's my favorite. I love it. I was like, "Is your job to do?" And that article came out. I love
Oh,
it. Or it's like, "Was that you?" And they just all high fiving Curtis. That made me laugh.
she was just like, yeah.
Like, yeah. I was like, she goes, "Were you responsible for this?" She's like, "Yes." That's you go, girl. That's right. AE is like it's almost slapstick. It is. To me, it kind of almost is too. This Drew character is so ridiculous. It's hilarious because you're right. It's like you're not doing anything. You're basically following around Willow and on top of everybody, and you're like, well, does he have a job? Like you have a job to do. You're not doing it.
No, he doesn't. He isn't. I don't understand it. And like his vendetta against Tracy, yeah, but I also don't understand. It's like, I'm gonna be able to make sure you're the one that's kicked out of the family. Like, how's that gonna get you back in the family?
Right.
Yeah, so I don't understand. I don't understand that whole that angle, Drew. And it's just like I don't know why they're playing it because even he mentions like you were kicked out at points. It's like, yeah, I don't know why the rebuttal isn't like, sometimes Quartermaines, when you do something wrong, you're in the doghouse for a while. And guess what, Drew? You're in the doghouse for a while. So you're
Right.
gonna have to just suck it up. Yeah, someday maybe we'll be welcome back. Because it is weird that it is such a wide, like you were dead to us and you were never coming back. It's
Right.
like, no, no, no. Like you're just on the outs for a while.
Yeah. Well, but I have to say, James shocked himself. Me. I shocked myself. I didn't mind Emma jumping in.
No, no.
They brought in history. They brought in.
Yes.
That's how we both will say. It's like, go ahead, Frank. Go ahead.
No, it worked well at that point. Yes. And this was the first week that Emma's been back where I felt like, all right, yes, she is more like a more
Yes.
well-rounded human being.
Yes. And even homeboy said that. He was like, which Emma is this?
Yeah.
What the F? It was like, okay, thank you, writers, for toning her down a bit.
Yes.
They did. But no, it's like they brought back history. They're like, Edward saved my life. They did. I remember that whole scene. And it was actually John Ingles' last scene on the show. He came in just for they had no lines, basically. They
Yeah.
showed him taking, and Tracy, that whole thing was so heart-wrenching. And she remembered who saved her life. So that made sense she would have a connection to Edward. That made total sense. And her being young, filming it, I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought, okay, this actually makes sense.
For sure.
Makes sense. I thought so. And again, then we got a little Emma, what's his name? Oh my God, Gio. So he's all guarding the crypt. That made me laugh. But yeah, it was a little sweet moment with them too. It was just like it was a sweet moment, and I love that how Tracy and Emma were working together. Like they're just like she's like yeah, and then he did. She's just like talking like oh yeah, I love that whole sequence. Was kind of like because it is ridiculous. And when they brought Carly into it about the whole thing about remember over Virginia, there's another piece of history I almost forgot about.
Yeah.
Remember that whole thing? She went down to Florida. I forgot about that.
Well, because you could, because it was terrible. So
Yeah,
there's a reason why you should have forgotten it. But yes, I mean, because I spent way,
yeah, I know. No, I know, Frank. But the point is, it worked this time.
yeah, yes. Uh,
Mhm.
that it was one of those where it's like, yeah, I remember that. I didn't need to see it all back
Right.
then, but I remember it. And
It
yes,
works in this instance, though. She can
yes,
sympathize. Like, do I know what it feels like? That's not good.
yeah.
It's like why? I mean, it's just like
Well, and even have Drew in that scene too, going like, "Oh yeah, I know that was terrible." It's like, so then why are you doing?
why are you doing this?
And it's not, and also the frustrating thing is to yes, you're in the doghouse and you're mad about being in the doghouse, but why is your retaliation then to screw with your family's
Right,
crypt? Like
right,
how do you think that's going to further ingratiate you into the
right,
family?
right.
Uh, so like that just seems such a weird tack to take.
I agree. I totally agree. And on a side note, not leaving that storyline completely, but just on a side note, how Lois got called away.
Yeah.
Oop, gotta run. My daughter's calling me.
Yeah, I feel like yeah, Brooklyn's her response is I just need mommy, I need you now.
Yeah,
And
now,
always
now,
I need you now.
now, ASAP. She's like, okay, gotta run. But Ned, anyway, I just thought, it's again, Jane Elliott obviously is elevating the material. I mean, I love how Chase is so exasperated too. He's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And just like, I'll forego the cuffs when you come, you come with me. Like, it's he's caught in this whole. He's part of the Quartermaines now, so he's part of the whole Quartermaine mess. He's the cop because she goes, "Oh, police! I already got one on speed on my phone."
Yeah.
That's like poor Chase. He's just like, oh, okay. It's. But Tracy and Drew going after her, and she just does not care. She's like,
No.
I don't care.
She is making I mean she will not give up. Drew will not give up.
No,
I'm like even when your own lawyer, Drew, goes like, "Oh,
yeah,
maybe we are taking this too far."
yes,
It's like
yes.
maybe think
And,
about it.
and it's funny because well, she brought up some good points though. She was like, so Tracy was like, she knows how to throw some bullets. And he couldn't say when he said Monica, he got quiet. He couldn't say nothing. Because and you hurt the one person. No. So I was just sending me something all of a sudden. Man, I'm busy. Um, but it was just like she's like, yeah. She goes, and then he goes, oh really? You know this, and then he goes, you hurt the one person who brought you into this. That's Monica. And he couldn't say shit. He couldn't say anything.
And that's, again, real world issues prevent us from having at the moment Monica in real life as opposed to that. But
No.
that's the one part that is kind of a bummer with this because there are times when Tracy was in the doghouse before when Lila was around
Yes.
that Lila could still give that kind of loving moment, but also be like, I love you, but you are out, Tracy, because you've done X, Y, or Z. And so you need to go take some time, figure it out, see what's up. And that doesn't mean that you will never be able to come back, but for right now, you gotta go. And so, it kind of balanced out all the Quartermaine dogpiling. And so for this, it's like, we get everybody just being against Drew, and it's which should be if for the story beats and all that stuff, it's great. But having that kind of counter voice, like a Monica or a Lila in there, that could still kind of give Drew that kind of Quartermaine love a little bit, but still be like, you still got to go.
David says, Laura said, Chase, bad day.
Yeah.
I just love it. But it took Laura to come in and makes them make some shit happen. But Laura, she's looking at him like she's not feeling Drew either. She is not feeling him. And he tried with her a little bit, but he was like, okay, Madam Mayor. Okay, like he backed down a bit. But she had to come in. Laura had to come and bring the big guns. Had to come in.
There is, I mean, other than Willow at the moment, there's just nobody that enjoys Drew. Like even I felt like Maxie's doing well with it, but when she's sitting at their mentor court with Carly and Lulu, it's like, oh yeah, I don't like Drew.
Yeah, I never liked him. I started laughing. Like, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, oh
But she plays it well. She was there decorating his house. It was just like,
yeah.
hey, I'll be cordial to you and stuff. But yeah, even Maxie can't say like, oh yeah, yeah, Drew's fine. Like, nope, I don't like him.
I have one thing I've been enjoying, Frank, is family members actually getting together. They've been really showing it the last couple of weeks. It's been like people like, oh yeah, when I saw Christina and Rocco, I said, oh that's right, that's his aunt. Like you never saw them together before. It
That's
was
true.
like you see Danny with them, but I was like, oh yeah, Rocco's his nephew also because of Dante. So I mean, so it took me a second. I was like, oh, I know it was more of a plot device to get Christina and obviously to talk, but it's kind of I've been seeing them. We see Christina with Alexis having a conversation, and it's I mean, you see like wow, you're seeing people together. Actually, that having Maxie, Luda, they're all related, so to speak, right? They're all there. Like it's like oh yeah, and having Carly come to see Lucky. Like oh yeah, I guess they're cousins and whatever. And Okay, so I went actually went to about that whole evening. It's hilarious to me.
Oh yes.
It was so funny when people come into the door every 5 minutes. I was like, oh my god, that's hilarious. Actually, it's a fun plot device, and they fell asleep. So we don't. So they didn't sleep together yet. So we get to build on that a little bit.
Right.
We build on that. But I would say first having Cardi come I was like, oh, okay. But she was there. I was like, oh, that makes sense in a little basket of stuff. And then Rocco, not Rocco. I mean, like all these kids now. So many of them. Oh my god, what's the kid's name?
Uh, Not Liam.
Oh my god, Liam's dead.
Yes.
Um, oh my god, folks. Let's gay son. I'm blanking out his name all of a sudden. We had him,
Aiden.
Aiden. Thank you, Aiden. So they had him, and that's kind of funny. He's all grabbing stuff out of the basket. It's hilarious.
But
Um,
admittedly, it's like anytime he comes on the scene, I can't help but think what everybody else says. Like he's like a 30-year-old man.
exactly. I'm like, oh my god, he's not that old, folks. Stop it. Get in my brain too. And then Rick, which again, whatever you're paying Rick Hurst, double it because he's God. It's just so funny figuring out. Some people just they come on and they embody a character so well, and at least with them, there's history.
Yeah.
They both love Elizabeth, and I just thought it was so sweet the way he was. He was so sweet with Elizabeth,
Yeah.
and he was so snarky with Lucky.
He was.
Lucky came at him. Lucky came at him, and it's like I just thought that's a character we love. He could do both.
Yeah.
I thought it was so sweet and stuff that was just like I'm here to help you and blah blah. And, if you ever need anything, call. And it was just, and Liz was like, I can have both of you, so to speak. I mean, I'm not going to stop. She's not going to stop being friends with Rick,
Hmm.
and she's not getting up Lucky at the moment. So she's like, I'm a grown woman. I'm doing both.
Yeah.
I'm doing both. But you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I don't know. I like. I don't know how you felt that whole night, that whole thing. How did you feel about all that?
Yeah, I mean, for everybody that was kind of lamenting the temporary recast of Lucky, we're getting the smooches now.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, a nice soap opera trope of just like we're gonna get it on, aren't we? Like, uh-oh, we're not. We're not gonna get it on. But yeah, the Rick stuff was great. Yeah, and I just like, the friendship and the obvious affection that Rick has for Elizabeth after all this, through everything they were up through. And I feel like, yeah, there is a part of Elizabeth that still cares about Rick, but it does not want to get back involved with him,
Yes. Yes.
but still cares for him. Uh,
And she knows for lawyer reasons she can go to him that
yes.
he'll do anything for her. She knows that
Yeah.
thing on some level, and she's been able to trust him so far.
But it was an interesting touch with that too, that it was like Terry that reached out and him being like, I don't know why it had to be Terry to reach out to me. It's like, why, I should be your first call anytime you are in
I
any sort of,
love that.
yeah.
He really meant that. Actually,
Yes.
it was like a really tender moment, which I didn't expect. It was like, where did that come from? But it made sense. He was like, you could call me. I mean, I will help you. Like
Yeah.
he would be so happy to help her.
Yes.
And but I also like that he did goes, well, look, you are a hero. You
Yeah.
did this great thing, and we're so glad. But he's like, but I don't think you're good for her. I mean, that's the whole. I mean, that's fine too.
Yeah.
No, and each of them have their own histories, and neither of them are saints.
No.
He's not a saint, neither is Rick. But I just like that there was some underlying tenderness that I didn't expect, and it's only because of Rick Hurst. I think it's only because of him.
Yeah. It's he's a great character and just so good, so great to have on the canvas.
And isn't it funny, Frank? Somebody didn't realize I missed.
Yeah, that's true. It was like, yeah. But when he's back, you're like, yes.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I never realized I missed him, and it's just I was like, oh yeah, it's like yeah, okay. I like anybody in chat agrees. I mean, Rick Hurst, he's just a. I say, keep him, please keep him. I'm glad he's still on there. Keep him as long as you can.
Yeah, and that's why I was hoping more of the Drew blackmail on Portia. There could have been more there that Rick could have been involved with, yeah, after the fact. But when he comes and tells Portia, like, well, yeah, you're basically screwed. So just keep following his lead. I was like, I was hoping that there'd be some. I wanted Rick to be able to start,
But what could he
going
done
around
though?
it.
I'm trying to think. What could he done though? Because
Yeah,
it's
I
very
know.
cut and dry. It's very cut. No, I wish I agreed to him say, but I'm thinking myself thinking, well, what else? Because it's very cut and dry. She literally did that shit, and he got caught.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I mean, I don't. I mean, what else could? I mean, unless he dies. because she said it again,
Yeah.
kinda to Ava again. I love that her and Ava are getting close, kind of getting close. I kind of like that. It makes sense to turn to her. But I'm just like, that's, I mean, but she was like, but what Ava said, which was really kind of cool, I kind of agree. She goes, maybe someone else will handle it, then you'll be safe. If someone takes it, he has he has a lot of enemies. You're the only one. He got a lot of enemies. So maybe hope for that. But I mean, I'm thinking Portia dug herself into a way I don't even know what could he have done.
Do you, because I know we're kind of back sliding into the Drew thing for a second, but do we need to have a murder of Drew, or can we have something that puts him into like, a deep coma and it's more of just like who, attempted to murder Drew
Who shot
Quartermaine?
JR? Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay.
I'll tell you that. You don't have to kill him. I mean, I know some of you guys in the chat want to kill him, but for me, I don't have to have him killed. But who shot Jason CR situation? Where yeah, he's knocked out, and you're trying to figure out who did it. Oh yeah, I'm fine with that. I
Yeah.
have no problem. I have no problem with that. Maybe that makes him a nicer person. Maybe it shacks him. I mean, amnesia. I'll take that kind of stuff. I'll take it.
Yes, I would absolutely I would take that for sure over as much as a great murder mystery it is, but I think having somebody that could operate in, more shades of gray
Yes.
are always good on soaps. And so I feel like even though it's kind of like a 180 with Drew, as everybody keeps saying within the show as well, it if this was kind of a way to recalibrate him to kind of be a morally gray kind of guy, I'm great with that.
And it could happen it could totally happen at that press conference. It could totally
Oh,
happen. I mean, Frank, they're setting up. I mean, it's almost like that's one. Yeah. Oh, say, did you see? I like your name. Please more killing cues. Yeah, I agree with that. Nobody wants to murder. Everybody in here says they don't want to murder.
yeah.
Oh my God. Hey, he's like, he can slip by the pool thinking he's Ned. That would be hilarious, actually. Slips in the pool, fall in, like, I'm Ned. That would be hilarious. Hey, that's actually, you win the comment for today. That's pretty funny. What was I saying before that?
Oh, about Drew, like an assassination attempt that is kind of
Yeah, so I mean, he squirmed his way into I want to do something big, and I think Porsche should be there, and then Jordan, you should be there too. And then they're like, oh my God, he doesn't care. He has no shame. And so everybody's gonna be there, Frank.
Yeah, I mean, even Jordan had to double check with him, like, oh, great, I just want to check with you
Yeah,
guys.
that's what changes. It's okay, blah, blah. So I'm like,
I mean, I did like Jordan saying that to Drew. It's like, I get a lot of requests in my office, so yeah, I will let you know.
yes, he did. She goes, I was laughing. He's like, uh-huh. So it's kind of like, yes, there's that's a setting that could be a who shot Drew situation.
Yeah, yeah, and
Shoot him in the head. Shoot him in the head. Bullets lodged in his brain. He's in a coma. I'm ready.
yeah, we get to see Willow just at his bedside.
Oh yeah. Oh, totally. I hate it. I'm gonna totally hate it. But yeah, exactly. I hate every scene. But that's what she'll do. Um, and that's it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't. Again, it's like once it starts getting to this point for Portia, I just don't know why she just doesn't come clean to Curtis and say, I'm going, the reason I'm doing all this is because Brad had this info that I screwed in and I didn't tell you and I didn't say anything. Like, it just seems like, boy, Portia, you know, the
I
fact
know.
that he already knew the blackmail existed, he just didn't know that Brad had
I know.
also evidence on you on that. Like, just say it already. Like, it's just gonna get worse. It's just gonna get worse for you,
I
Portia.
know. Like I
Girl,
said,
you're in danger.
she might lose her marriage. She'll lose everything. Mm-hmm. And lose it all. But Ava said, tell your husband. She goes, tell Curtis. Just tell him. Like, at least get him on your side. Try to get him on your side and not
Yeah.
anything else. I think oh, East Coaster says, thank you, East Coaster. I think the reveal of Nina and Drew's affair will be at the press conference. That East Coaster, that'd be good too. Because
Yeah.
see, when Laura said Laura, that's Laura Wright. When Carly said to Nina, we gotta find something, she goes, well, if we don't find anything, we'll have to find, I'm thinking, Nina, you have the biggest weapon on earth to go for at least for Willow.
Yeah. Because yeah, I don't
What are you thinking, Frank? What are you thinking?
I feel like that is a revelation that I mean, I guess, knowing our media landscape, anybody would just like some gossip, they would just love to
Yeah,
run with. But I feel like politically it doesn't have as much ramifications for Drew than it does personally. It has way more ramifications for Drew.
that's true too. That's true.
Because like who's gonna care that he slept with, Nina when both were consenting adults? The fact that and and it had started before that he was even involved with Willow. Um, So yeah, I don't know, but I still feel like it's still juicy at a good place for that if that secret to come out. I don't think it would be as devastating to his career as it would be to like just really awkward for him and Willow.
That's true too, I guess. But that secret's still there. So Nina has
Yes.
it still sitting there. Everybody agrees. Just tell Curtis. At least tell him what's going on.
Yeah.
Because he's doing things that are underhanded too right now. He's working things somewhere else, so he's not completely innocent either. And he would
Well,
understand it was against Heather Weber. She was against her getting out.
and admittedly, like the guy forgave you for not telling him that he could have been the father of their child.
Right.
He forgave you all of that. He didn't forgive Jordan for being kind of like not sharing all her stuff for being undercover with Cyrus. He drop kicked her quick for that, but he kept you around. So like I feel like that revelation is so much worse than like, oh hey, Brad is also blackmail on me. Like that is much more tamer compared to the secret that he forgave you for. So, you know, just tell him it's not going to be worse. It's not going to be worse.
No, I don't think so either. But Drew thinks he's hot stuff maybe this evening. He's just like walking around like a peacock. Like I'm like they think in the chat it's gonna be a showdown between Curtis and Drew.
In the boxing ring, we're gonna get it on.
Then Jordan and Curtis reunite.
Oh.
I don't think so. I don't know. Do you think maybe? I guess. I mean,
No, I don't want. Give this Jordan Isaiah thing a chance to kind of go somewhere. I don't need Jordan and Curtis to Trina. Not right now. I mean, I feel like Jordan's finally got something that could be
yeah.
interesting, and I just don't want them to be caught in some kind of really just small circular thing where it's like, oh, now it's just Curtis with Jordan, and now it could be Curtis back with Portia. Like, no, 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 no. Let's not make it so insular.
I agree. I agree. Oh no, we're here today, Angel Blue. We're back. We're back today. Um,
As always, though, I did like Sabrina was like, oh yeah, I don't have anything on Curtis. Curtis is clean, so I was like, yeah.
right.
My man, he's able to. He's kept his affairs in order. He's made sure his dirty laundry's been aired out,
Yeah,
cleaned up.
I think so. I think with him, he's always been kind of like that. So I think it's cool. It's consistent with Curtis. He
Yeah.
hasn't done anything really that shady. So the women's have, but not really. And that leads, if people mention in the chat already, that's kind of leads to, as we're moving around here, because it all kind of leads like a snake. There's Trina's birthday.
It's great, great stuff.
We saw her, the same book that Spencer got her. That's the book that Emma got her. So
Yeah,
she had to go back and have a moment. So I know some of you folks out there want to see her grieve. I didn't need that scene, but that's fine. Personally. But I think people need to rely. I think folks, she needs to fall in love with this Kai person
yeah,
before any Spencer comes back. Before Spencer or anything comes back, we have to build the stakes up.
yeah. Because right now you would think like if Spencer comes back, it's really no contest. What happens? She's going to go back with
Right.
Spencer.
Right.
And admittedly, like it could be a year from now, and it
Right.
could be Trina and Kai together for a year.
Right.
When Spencer comes back, it's going to be Trina and Spencer. I only say that now because unless there's some radical shift, Kai just isn't that much of an interesting character to me, and
No.
the relationship doesn't mean that much to me.
No.
And I don't know if I'd see anything over the course of a year that could change my mind on that. I mean, hey, if the show does it, great.
Yeah.
But for right now, I find it's very much an easy thing that Spencer coming back would be leading right to a Trina Spencer reunion. And it
Yeah.
would only be artificial obstacles that the show throws up that would delay it.
Now, folks are mentioning Taggart. I don't know why you guys mentioning Taggart.
Yeah,
I was like, Taggart was at the birthday party. I saw a silver sign. I'm like, yeah, and they forgot about him, so they're not gonna bring him nothing.
No, I did not. I mean, I didn't see him in the corner with his flask drinking stuff.
Last ticket, none. They've literally have forgotten him. So he's not going to be mentioned at all. None.
No, and it's like, I don't need to see him, but
Right.
I can mention every once in a while, like,
Yeah.
especially at a milestone like that, like a birthday,
Yeah.
and they're doing like gifts. Like, why couldn't one gift been from Taggart? Like, oh yeah, he wasn't from here. He's in LA now doing
Yes.
something. But he sent a gift.
Nope.
We,
And they
we spent enough time with Jocelyn's gift. Like, oh, she's so thoughtful. She knows I have trouble sleeping. Like, whoa, we get it. Thanks
yes.
for the exposition.
They literally have basically said, okay, you're the daddy. We erased everything that goes on with Taggart.
Oh,
I don't know why. I know we have some writing changes, but no one is even bringing it back. There was no Marshall either. You're right, no Marshall.
yep. But
He's
he's uncool though. I mean, Winston is a cruel taskmaster.
yes, with Marsalis, yes, he's busy, so he could do that. So no Marshall, but I thought he might show up. But I did like again smaller scenes. I did enjoy Laura and Trina. Their little small scene. That was kind of cool. And Mitch talking about Spencer
Yeah.
and that little Ace, mentioned Ace, like wherever he is. He'll be 15 soon. And then his little drawing. I thought that was cute.
Because that's enough for me because I know that there's at one point that guy was kind of teased and for all I know maybe it still happens even off camera that Trina would be kind of nannying Ace or something like that. I never need to see any of those scenes, and I'm glad the show has never wasted time with those scenes. But, it's those are one of those things that's like, hey, I'm glad that relationship has continued off camera. And when we see Laura and Trina together, they can acknowledge that for a hot second, and it's great. Perfect. That's just the right amount of like kind of Ace stuff that I need. I don't need to see Ace until he is, like you said, James 15. That's fine.
Yeah, I was like, so no TJ, nope. That family, after that family's dead, they're gone. Like nobody's come back. They didn't come back for any of that stuff. It was. I was like, why is that the weird towards her too? It was like, oh, surprise party.
Yeah.
Okay, well, she got a moment. She had a moment. So there you have it. I mean, I really have not much to say. I like the little moment between them. I said then Portia and Ava talking for a second on that little ottoman
Yep.
talking. That was fine. And other than that, I was like, there's some day players. That was fine. It was whatever. It was.
It's the life of a day player in a soap opera character's world. I've never seen Trina talk to these people ever.
No,
Ooh.
never. No, no. There's some folks back there.
Good
Uh,
enough to get a invite to the party though.
I want to go.
And then
Um,
and Stella's like, I was supposed to distract you, but I knew just the guy to
I do
do
it. That's like, was I right? You're
it.
always right, Anthony. I see zero chemistry. I don't see nothing between them. I'm just like, this saddens me beyond belief. You guys, you have no idea how so it saddens me.
How are you feeling? Because like, I mean, having Gio there, yes. Emma, are you buying the kind of which is essentially a lot of off-screen kind of development that we're seeing between like this friend circle of Gio, Emma, Trina, and Kai. Are you buying it?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not buying it. I mean, I'm like, as I said, this was the first week, like you said, Emma didn't bug.
Yeah.
I think I was focused on that more than anything else. I wasn't even thinking about anything else. I was like, she's not bugging this week. Her scenes are okay. I just thought it's kind of a soap trope, of course. She brings the guy couldn't stop talking about it in the bookstore, that kind of thing. And okay, reminds her of the book of Spencer got her. Okay. To me, it was like, you already mentioned Spencer with Laura. That's fine. I need that. I didn't need that scene. It doesn't need it. So Emma, I don't know. Maybe they're not close, but there's like, but they're. I guess she's in the same circles. I guess
Yeah.
you gotta show us the same age group. So they were enjoying cake. Yeah, those people obviously they were enjoying that cake. Uh,
Oh, heck yeah.
it was a nice big cake too. It looks like a nice cake. Um, but yeah, I don't. Yeah. The guy actually plays Kai needs more training. I don't know if his acting is bad. Just for me, I just don't see the chemistry. I don't see chemistry.
Yeah, it's
Those are
just
bad or not. I just.
yeah, there's really no because well, I mean, I guess the only way we're getting some more stuff that's out of school for Kai is this extracurricular activities, whether you're being involved in this hospital kind of, injuries kind of thing that they're starting that Drew's starting to start up. And then this, which I never needed to see anything happening with that sack thing that Emma's doing. It can be mentioned in name only, but I don't need to see anything more about it. But yeah, like Kai
What
doesn't
was his life? Can he handle all these other things, Frank?
We don't know any of his other family or anything like this. We have nothing, with Trina, Gio, and Emma. We've got all out. We have family stuff to be able to show different aspects of their character and get them involved in different stuff. Like with Kai, we've got nothing. So it just makes it tough to have any sort of vested interest in the guy.
I agree. That's what I agree. I know it's expensive to bring on a whole family. I get that also, but at least a reoccurring or somebody give us a mommy or a daddy or something,
Yeah. Oh,
brother or something. Jeez,
cheese and crackers.
you think crackers. You're hoping to see Taggart on Beyond the Gates. Who knows? Who knows? Right? Fuck my who knows? Um, let's see. What else was going on? We had well, Christina now knows that Sonny has a heart problem. And he tried to trick homeboy. He's like, I was supposed to go, I did not say nothing.
Yeah.
I really told her, he's like, he was looking at him like, he's like, do I say? He goes, well, I just learned it's something really bad. He's like, he did not. He was trying to get him in trouble. He did not say nothing. Like, I did not say nothing, Mr. Corinthos. And Sonny got it. He knows his daughter. He knows it was my first time getting tried. She's trying to throw him under the bus.
Yeah. It's
Hello.
she was yeah. I mean the worst person to find out is Christina because
Right.
she's gonna be just nosy, nosy, nosy.
But he told her. So
Uh
there you go.
yeah. I mean fine. I mean I feel like that is gonna be like a situation that the show's gonna use to pop up whenever it needs to pop up. Like, yeah, because we've got Dr. Gannon saying, like, oh, hey, your blood pressure's down. Looks like you're controlling the stress. Yes. And so there will be a moment that's going to be coming up at some point where Sonny, an unexpected stressful situation that's going to take Sonny out, and is going to have to be laid up in the hospital or something. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, I mean, it fed to Christina why he agreed with Ava. And it's like, now it's like, oh, now I get what's
Yeah.
going on. But I have to say, I enjoyed Martin was like, no, bitch, you ain't taking your sister to the ballet.
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
not happening. And then when she got with Ava, I was like, oh my God, girl, you don't want to do this. You know, I was like, and she like stood by and then goes, oh, she's still going. I laughed. So I was like, that's right, girl. I laughed so hard. She was like, yeah. And Christina was pissed. She didn't know what to say.
Yeah, well, just calm yourself. It's not your child, Christina.
Oh, it's not.
It is not. That is a Ava and Sonny thing. And if Ava wants to take her to the ballet,
Yep.
woohoo.
I know. Oh, she was pissed. I was like, you know what happened last time, girl? You don't want to do it. And she said that. But like, you know what happened last time? So, but I kind of like that.
Well, and Christina, she's passionate, but she also has to realize, like, there's also a reason why when it comes with child custody that there's some politicking involved too, because it's just like you can't be hot all the time and then all of a sudden expect when you need something to be like, oh, all right, well, I guess that person's gonna just acquiesce. Like,
No,
nope, nope, you can't expect that.
nope. Oh yes, and also our others. We had a special guest this week, Frank.
Oh, the Golden Bachelor. Oh, how those teeth are so white.
They
All I
were
saw were teeth.
they were a lot of tifus. I always tell people are like, why is he like? So there's a thing called cross promotion, and shows do this. I mean, networks do this. They have cross promotion. On whoever wins Big Brother always shows up on Bold and the Beautiful. And there's always awkward. They play some day part. They get a few lines, but it's all CBS, right, Frank? So it's all
Right.
CBS. I think even a couple of survivors have showed up on a couple other shows here and there. But I know Big Brother. They always show up on Bold and the Beautiful. In
And like
some,
Mike White puts Survivor contestants from his season on White Lotus.
there you go. Right? Yes. So it's just one of those things. It's part of that tradition of spreading around cross promotion. So he paid good money for them teeth. He sure did. As every night said. But yes, it was it's just it's always awkward. I mean, it's always awkward, and not everybody can act. And but I don't think did anybody was they looking for good acting from the Golden Bachelor? I'm like, it's always all kind of a ploy.
Yeah.
Just for
No,
the first person.
yeah. No, no, no. I mean, you're not I don't really don't know why this was just happening at this point, but yeah, we get to just see Nina fawning and a bit of Ava fawning over our boy
Yes,
for a bit. I'm like, oh,
yes.
he's gonna
And
be,
I love when Cardi came in and was like, I gotta talk to you.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was like, it's okay, I'll go. I was like, I can talk to you now. I'm in the middle of something. No, it's fine. And that scene, I'll tell you, there's a lot of small moments I liked. That scene between Ava and Nina, the money.
yes,
Another one. I was waiting for you to ask me.
yeah.
Like, they really do value their friendship. It's so weird that friendship shouldn't have happened, but it did. And I thought it was over for good. But the writers wisely were like, nope, we gotta keep them together. And I just thought it was just so, it was a wonderful, just kind of like, we're friends. I value our friendship also. We won't let this come between us. Like, we're going to work this out. I want to help you. And I thought, wow, it's just such a sweet, it was a very unexpectedly tender scene.
I mean, that was the hardest thing about that. I mean, the writing regime changes is that it felt so awkward. The Nina and Ava issues that kind of blew up their friendship just came. That was a very like, hey, we're just going to do a 180, and this is
Right.
definitely the writers wanting to just put this, in a new context. That it just felt so jarring, and just see them be the future regimes kind of switch it and change it, and let's put it back to where it was before. I feel like it works better because it's like it helps when characters that are very divisive with the fan base and within people within the show that they're in have at least someone that they can talk to where you can see that they are a real human being and they do have concerns and they do have thoughts, and if they're acting horribly in another storyline they can comment like, oh, I feel terrible that I'm acting for this, or I feel justified, and having somebody else there to be a sounding board and either talk straight to them or be sympathetic is just so useful for having us be able to have a better appreciation for that character. And so having Ava and Nina be able to be that for each other, because they really don't have that anywhere else, is so useful.
I agree. I totally agree. But yeah, it was a very cool scene they had together. And I do want to think somebody thought it was weird Ava didn't ask Nina for money sooner. I think she was trying to figure it out herself at first, trying to figure it out. I mean, she's a proud woman. She's trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And it turns out it didn't work. I mean, nothing worked for her. So
That's
now it's time to go to Moneybags Nina.
I mean, I think, I don't know. Yeah. Well, I guess there are some people in the world that have no problem asking for money, I suppose. But I
Yeah.
mean, I think for many other people that it is, a lot of pride, self, in yourself, that you feel like I don't, I should be better than this. I shouldn't need to ask for this. I should be able to figure this out on my own. And so, yeah. So, sometimes it takes a
Yeah.
little to realize like, okay, I could ask for help.
Yes, I agree with that. Um, and then we got the end. Yeah, Friday, Valentine's in Port Charles. That was a surprise. I was like, wait a minute, where did that come from? So let's go backwards. That's when I want to start with that because I was like, that's a good ending, cliffhanger. I'm like, oh, he's outside the dorm.
Thank you.
Because you know who got on. Love, look at the two of us, strangers. So Carly got her man, her and homeboy. Now okay. I just want to say this, Frank. I just want to say something about there. Chris McKenna is hot in his own way, in his own right. He is a hot man, nice hot older man. Love it. I don't see the. I'm sorry, I didn't feel the chemistry. I just don't feel it at
Huh.
all. I was like, okay, sexy for Carly. Okay, great. I just didn't feel it. And but they did it, folks. They did it. So there you go, kids.
It is, and again, it feels terrible to have to always keep equating, like
I
comparing it
know,
to
me
Charles
too. I
Measure.
know.
But there was just something like Charles Measure could be both, a a WBS section head, but then also a charismatic, sexy
No.
man that could entice Carly.
Yep.
Uh, and I just feel like with with the Chris McKenna, I am just seeing a WSB section head,
Yeah, we do.
and I'm not seeing that kind of sexy guy that's enticing Carly.
They're all he was singing in the shower, caught me off guard. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
See, I'm imagining Charles Measure doing it and even doing it better. I was like the things that he would. I mean, it's like there's a fine sex scene, all that stuff. Like I said, he's hot. I mean, I would Chris McKenna. I mean, I wouldn't throw him out of bed. I mean, he's fine. But I was saying, Laura sold it though. She was Laura. Carly was happy.
Yeah.
Carly was like, she's in that bed like she was. If I had sex too, I'd be excited. Shit, I get it.
And I kept on the way because they would when he says, "Hey, you want to come with me?" That was an invitation to shower with me. It's like, oh, somebody's got to be here to do the room service. They felt like they kept on dragging that out for something to be happening, and so I thought it was like him being on his phone, but then leaving his phone there to go shower. I thought something was gonna like a text message would be popping up about
Oh,
Jocelyn that you would see on the
right.
phone.
Oh, right,
I
right.
thought something was gonna come, but that was gonna blow it all up. But no, I don't know why we're awkwardly dragging this out.
The Valentine.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess so. So that somebody could answer the door, so we could see Valentine skulking.
I got it. I didn't try to drag it out because that was the finale. I mean, that was the. I mean, we thought he was gone. I know he was here, and it's like because meanwhile across town. Well, first, meanwhile back in "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina," "Me llama está contigo." They were in Buenos Aires, and they saved Valentine and Charlotte, Jason and Anna. They did all that.
Yep.
We had Charlotte go off on Anna. But then we had Jason talk down Charlotte. Then we had Charlotte apologize to Anna. A whole sequence of stuff. And then we had the reunion, of course, of Charlotte and Lulu, and then Charlotte, Lulu, and Laura. All of that happened last week in that storyline. So I guess Charlotte is back.
Happy to have her back. I'll be curious to see if it's a ongoing thing, only because with Valentine still kind of hovering around,
Right,
like how much of that's going to be the case.
right.
Uh, like if for some reason that Valentine was able to extricate himself out of any sort of danger, would Charlotte stay with Lulu or would she go with Valentine?
She loves her papa.
She does. And if there's no threat of, danger coming from anybody,
Right.
I mean, Charlotte, is old enough to make her own choices.
But she seemed happy to be with her mom on some level.
She did. Well, I mean, especially I think compared to how they were living, where they're constantly on the run,
Yeah.
where there was always like a threat of danger coming in any time, especially now that with the kill order out on him.
Right.
I can see where even Charlotte's like, I want to be with him, but this is not. Yeah, I love him. It's not the most ideal way to be living.
I love that Jason talked her down. Actually, another
Yeah,
small scene that I actually enjoyed. It was like, no, she actually saved your life, blah, blah, blah. And she also understood it was her father. They had to explain it. He gave her up. Said, you need to, he's doing the right thing for you.
yeah.
That's the whole point. And so she had to kind of come around mature about that and go, okay, she towers over Lulu. She's tall. She is tall. She grew. She is tall. And even her and Rocco reuniting was wonderful. It was wonderful.
That was great. I did like that they because when it was first all introduced about the whole Charlotte thing, it was a little kind of like, but I like that friendship between them is and that sibling uh,
Yes.
attachment has really grown for them. Like even if it was Valentine posing as Charlotte, but that they'd still already established that Charlotte would text Rocco.
Right. And so I was very cool. And like I said, seeing family members of family members, that's kind of fun. So Sean's back. Valentine's, I guess, trying to fit the job.
Yeah, I mean, I did. Did you think when Valentine took off in Argentina that was going to be it for him?
No, I thought, yeah, I thought it would be it for him. I thought, yeah,
Yeah. I genuinely like you was surprised to see him showing up at the end of Friday.
yes. Well, I saw the credits.
Mm.
The credits, I go, but I didn't know for what. And then the whole episode went by. He wasn't in it.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay. So when I was like, oh, he's not done with Jack. So he came out of Port Charles, which means he'll see his daughter. I mean, it's good. It makes sense. It makes sense. It was such a lackluster union between Lulu and Charlotte. I really didn't care. Oh,
I yeah, well, I mean, admittedly, I don't care either. I am not gonna, I mean, Lulu was really grating on me about this Charlotte thing. So I mean, it was just like, finally, okay, great. Now she's got her daughter, so we can stop those scenes now, which
Yeah,
is great because I was tired. I was tired of those.
yeah. But they're back. So let's see what happens with that. And they're all at Laura's.
Yeah, I mean, I guess yeah, in a sense that the Lulu Charlotte things had kind of served its purpose, which I feel was more so to set Lulu up to be in a position to find out about Dante and Brooklyn having the baby. I feel like that was the more important thing for that. And so having Lulu still being obsessed about Charlotte led to her getting into Martin's room and all that stuff. So I feel like that was accomplished, I could see the show saying like, yeah, we can wrap up this whole Charlotte thing now because
Yeah,
it we were able to get Lulu to accomplish something else, which is really more important for other stories on the show.
yeah, I think so too. It is. I was right. Some of these characters are in several kind of storylines. It's kind of crazy. Um, so yeah, that's one. So she's home, but the danger isn't done yet, folks.
You a danger girl.
Girl, you're a danger girl. Try to think if we missed anybody.
Oh, we did.
Miss any
Speaking
mom?
of long lost returns, Gloria with her bingo kit ready to go.
I think I tried to put that out of my brain.
I mean, we saw Yuri doing his best bingo haul.
That whole sequence. Okay, Ellen Travolta, you're great. Love you, girl. Love your white hair. There was no reason for her to be on the show. Sorry, I didn't. We didn't need her point of view. We didn't need to. We didn't need to know that she knows. I didn't need to know that. I didn't. I really don't give two shits. Don't care at all. I felt. I felt the Lulu choosing not to tell. Good. Um, but Brooklyn and Lois's thing was a letdown for me. Also, it was like she was mad for a second, then she'd be a crying mess when Gloria walked in too, and like I know I knew also like it didn't it wasn't the blowout I wanted to have happen, so I'm disappointed by it. I think she should be madder than what she is. Um, yeah, I didn't care for that whole sequence.
I think the blow up is going to definitely come when it's the Geo revelation. Because I
Oh
feel like that, like knowing that Gloria knew about the baby, yes, that a reason for Brooklyn to be mad. But I think the real thing is going to be between Brooklyn, Gloria, and Lois that it was Geo. And what I did, well, my Gloria stuff, mileage varies on her.
yes, it
What
varies.
I liked about her in this is that she was able to shore up the Lois part of it because Lois is falling apart about all this now that everything's starting to crumble. She's like, "Oh, I don't know what to do," and I liked Gloria being like steadfast in this, being like, "No, no, no, this is why we did it, and that's why she can't know." So she was able to at least shore up that opinion of it. And I did like at least it gave, which I feel like we always lament or we always get frustrated by when anybody kind of comes back and we're like, why were they even there? They had anything to do. At least they gave Gloria a little bit of meat in this Geo scene. So to have the storyline, to have that scene where when she first comes back and she's talking to Brooklyn and about why Brooklyn needs to just let this just rest. Like, no, you don't need to find out who your son is. You made this choice, and you need to honor the choice you made back then, and know that this child is in is in a loved home, with surrounded by people who care about him. And I like that stuff that at least they were not able to like. I guess Lois is not in a position to be able to be confident enough and secure enough and uh, I guess just a little bit, even though it's, they're all family. I mean, Lois is her mom, Gloria is the grandma. You have just a little bit more of a remove where you could be a little bit more, macro about it.
The storyline just bugs.
I mean, you really want to get to the meat of it, which is to find out that Gio's the kid. Is the bug you just does the
Yeah,
bug you like the whole thing bugs you, or just that it's
the
taking so
whole,
long to find out?
whole thing. Yes, I'm ready to fall asleep on the storyline. I just don't care about all that. My thing was the scenes between Lulu and and Brooklyn were good. That's all I needed. I don't need Gloria. I'm sorry, I don't need her. And I don't need and her and Laura should have went at it. They didn't go at it. She started to, they just didn't. So to me, you're not gonna go all the way with that. And you knew his son and all this stuff, but you went to your mother also for help, so you can't really get mad at her on some level too. I guess I mean it's kind of like I'm like, Gio is like you said, who else did you tell? And I was like, well, I only told Martin. That was it. But no, you told your mother too. So I was like, but I didn't need that either. Just like all I need, we need to have happen because they got to see with her and Gio talking outside the crypt.
Right.
And then he said, Tracy's like, you're a better research reporter to learn from you. It's all getting to me. It's so tired. It's like now, can we just get to the point?
Yeah.
Now I'm ready. Just get it out. So now, like I'm just tired. I'm like, it was self-contained. It was fine. Just keep it within the confines of them. It's because, like you said, like Connie said the week before, the grandparents are there's a lot of them running around, including Sonny and all that's running around. That's the meat afterwards.
Yeah.
But this stuff right now, the Lulu stuff, that was enough. That was enough. Okay, good. Now it forces her to confront her past. Right? There you go. Now let's go. Let's find out that Gio is her son. Let's get that whole reveal out. It's gonna be delicious. I mean, if they do it correctly, it'll be delicious. And then I'll be awake for that storyline. Because I'm like, okay, now I'm ready. All the fallout. He's another Quartermaine. I mean, the whole thing Tracy now because Tracy likes him also on some level. So I think it's no, but that's her great grandson. Or a story now.
Mm-hmm.
And it just let's go from there. Let's get to that. He's a Corinthos. And the whole he has so many sides of the family. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I just think that let's get to that now. This is enough now. I don't need to see Brooklyn crying over it over and over again. I don't need anybody. I don't need Gloria's bingo shit with Yuri. That was tired. Didn't need that either. None of that made me laugh or was exciting. Nothing. It did nothing for him, but just get on my nerves.
But like Geo won with like the four corners in bingo. James, did you like to see that? Yeah, that luck.
I don't care. Don't care. So you're supposed to run the family. But up bump. Nobody ever beats Gloria. But up bump. It's just like it's just low hanging fruit. To me, it's a waste of time. It's like let's get to it.
How do you want this coming out? Do you want it to be that Brooklyn and Chase kind of go off and do their own kind of tracking down and then realize it's Geo and then Dante finds out? Do you want Dante finding out first and then Brooklyn and Dante after they kind of sort out their old convoluted, issues about this, they go searching and then find out it's Geo? Do you want Lois revealing that it's Geo?
I want Lois and Brooklyn to be talking, and Dante overhears.
Hmm.
He goes, "What?" And does a little investigation. And goes to Brooklyn. She falls apart and tells Dante. I want Dante to find out first.
Okay.
I had a kid. The boy. I gave it away. Oh my goodness. Blah, 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 blah. He runs to Cody. Cody is upset. He's mad at Cody because Cody knew the whole time. Blah, blah, blah. And then because I don't want any sickness. I don't want any hospital. I don't want that route to happen. But somehow it comes out that Gio's I don't know how, but somehow it comes out Gio and they all find out. I don't know all the details. I'm just tired of all this. So I know, Frank.
You're a writer. Write your way out of this.
I haven't thought that far. I just want to get out. I want Dante to find out first too, and then they both have to figure this out a little bit. And then it's right in their doorstep. The Gio's right there. It's him. And then that fallout. We have Ned. It'll be Ned's grandson, Sonny's grandson, Olivia's kind of grandson, so to speak. And then it would be, yeah, and all the aunts and uncles on both sides. It's kind of crazy. From Dylan to Christina and Dante and no, Dante's right. So Christina and Avery and Donna would be his siblings. I mean, there's a lot. There's a
Rocco,
what?
uh, Rocco,
Rocco would be his nephew. Uh,
would be
and
his
Sharp
brother.
is Rocco. Oh, his brother. Sorry, it's his brother. That's right. Rocco. I'm saying, see, anyway, there's a whole thing in there that could totally work.
But and where would you kind of insert the bingo?
Up my ass. Um,
Yeah, I feel like once we've opened the door of Yuri running bingo games, I don't know if we can close that anymore. I don't need to see more of that.
yeah. So I'm ready for it to jumpstart. Um, Also, we did get a piece. Everybody's mentioning it in the chat. I almost forgot about this. Lucas and a new man on the canvas. His name is Adrian Arredondo or something in real life. He's hot. Playing Marcus.
Is this a new guy going to be around for a bit, or is he just a
Contract role.
it interesting? Because
So
this whole thing was just so out of left field for
I
me,
know
and I was like, what's this deal going on?
a contract role. They said
Interesting. Because I mean, conveniently, we learned nothing about this guy.
exactly right.
So, whether he's up to shenanigans,
That's close.
whether it was just a legitimate meet cute, who knows?
Right. The rumors are there's shenanigans, obviously. We
Yeah.
don't we know nothing about him. He said it's a work thing. Did he drop it on purpose? Was he following Lucas? But I was like, they kissed and they were talking about life, and he was like, Brad. He had a whole different take on Brad, and it was like, oh, okay, it was kind of fresh. But I think there's somebody thinks Sidwell's son. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's the whole thing. I mean, but they said a name for unless they change it. They go, Frank, he's hot. That's all we know. I agree.
There you go.
Oh yeah. But here's the deal. See, you say Natalia's son, but remember they mentioned his name. His name was something totally different. Unless they changed the name, then this would have been a great way to have him be Sidwell and Natalia's son.
Yeah, that would have.
Unless his name is Marcus, or it's his middle name,
Yeah. Although, yeah, I mean, tough to gauge his age, but he's supposed to be the younger brother of Blaze, right?
right? And he's Latino. The guy is Latino in real life. So I don't know. That would be that. That would be a good. That would shore up a little bit of something in there. Yes. But I'm saying, but they so far we know nothing. I think it's on purpose, not to know anything, because he's going to be showing up.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like I just don't know if anything is like deliberate about the Lucas side of it, because Lucas is not really up to any shenanigans on his end. So I mean, the closest thing tie that he would have would be Sonny, but that's not even a direct tie. That is just a sort of ex-family adjacent tie. So I don't know if like it's deliberate uh something with Lucas involved, or it's just like somebody that has an agenda and just so happened to meet Lucas, and they will continue up in Port Charles where they just so happen to find out like, uh-oh, it's he's not really here for Lucas, he's really here for dun dun dun.
Frank, you know General Hospital. Which one do you think is going to be?
I think it was just for Lucas, and I think it was about love.
Obviously, Frank's been drinking before the show. I don't know what show he's watching. Yes, I mean it's you're right. It could be either one. It could be either one. It's like, oh my god, you live here too. But I think it's more than that.
Yeah, it's
It's more than that. But the fact that he's Latino, we don't know his name. He works for a company. We don't know if that's true or not. It just seems too convenient.
yeah.
So I don't know. David says he was recently a photo with Eva LaRue and Jackie Lopez. So is he the kid? I don't know. Who knows? Lucas is so gullible. He's a good-looking man. Who cares? I'd be gullible. Had a few drinks. He was drinking. She's on a good
Yeah.
time.
He seemed to be drinking a lot because
Yes.
he was already three sheets to the wind when he
Yeah.
was leaving, and then he met this guy and he just kept chugging away.
That's what I said. I'm like, hello. Spencer Castline connection. See what has to do with the Castline family. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Frank, I would bridge to sell for you. He's laughing. Tony JC says, I know. I'm like, come on, Frank. Come on, Frank, wake up. It's not it. You know it's not it. I don't
Can't
know.
there just be love in the daytime?
No, no, we wish. No, an innocent love story that doesn't happen anymore, Frank. Out of hospital.
I
So,
mean,
but
I fast forwarded. I fast forwarded through the Carly Jack Brennan love scene. I was like, nah, I'm
same
okay.
here. And I said, I didn't care. I was like, okay, you finally done did it. Okay,
Yeah,
Michael.
yeah. Admittedly, I guess maybe like yeah, the love scenes aren't my color because it could be the two hottest folks on the planet. I'm like, nah, okay, let's go.
Well, not me. I watched those, but I was like, that's fine. You know them, so it's fine. Oh yeah, Michael's nephew. That's a Michael's nephew too. That's right. There's a lot. There's a lot. Gio relates to a lot of people. That's the whole thing. He'll be dumped into the middle of a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the point, right? And he's been around the Quartermaines. He's been around the house, and he knows the kids, and and Scout would be a cousin. They'd all be cousins, basically. I mean, they got a bunch of people that be cousins in that house. Wiley and all them would be cousins. I mean, it's like they're all like his little cousins. Danny,
Yeah.
Jake, they all be his cousins. They're all Quartermain. Anybody's a Quartermain.
Which would be nice. Yeah, he's going to be surrounded by family.
Yeah.
But the probably the relationship I'm most interested to see will probably see how Tracy already is having a growing
Yes.
appreciation for the guy, and then realizes like, whoa, hold on now.
I'm curious for Ned too on some level because Ned's not on enough, and that's his actually first grandson.
Oh, that's true. And
I
and
really,
he seems fond of the guy already as well.
yeah, yeah, but we don't see him enough. So I don't know. I'm curious how that plays out too, a little bit.
Maybe they will discover they can work it out in song.
Oh, we also, but there you go, right? Because the music. But we saw Bailey Lou. I forgot we saw Bailey Lou for a second.
Yeah.
She grown up. She looked grown, and she
Uh,
loves some Dante. So there you
who
go.
doesn't, right?
Right.
All right. So, given that whole scene, and then even I was part of me was hoping that Chase and Dante would get just stuck in the sauna.
Oh,
Like, oh no, we're stuck too. What are we gonna do? But where they talk about like, hey, Dante and Lulu, we had this great talk, and we were able to really have our first real conversation about stuff. Given that whole scene and sequence of events, do you want to see Dante and Lulu kind of work their way back together?
no, but it looks like that's what you're going. Spam. Sorry.
Yeah.
Um, I don't want them back together, but it looks like that's what they're going to do. They're going to make them slowly work their way back together. You're a good mother. You are a good mother. You're a good father. You're a good. I mean, the fawning on each other. I'm like, oh, I'm just like, but they're wisely playing. He's still mourning Sam, so they're wisely playing that.
Yeah.
And but I think the end game they want to put them back together. Even though I liked Lulu and her kind of a thing with Cody, but see, I'm thinking something's going to happen because he's going to find out Lulu knew. He's going to find out Cody knew. He's going to lose. That's not just going to lose it. Not just going to lose it. So I think that may draw, for a while, it may draw Lulu and Cody together, maybe. Even though there's Molly hanging around too. They
Yeah.
have that going on. But I'm saying this immediate thing, who knows? Because General Hospital will change things in a second. I think it's going to be Donna's going to be pissed. I think they knew already.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like Lulu wouldn't get most of it, only because she had recently found out and she did want to tell him, but she also like, I mean, I guess you have to also respect the mother as that it's a tough that's a tough situation to be in, James.
As a person who didn't know he had a child till later, I take from personal experience, there's no, all you're just pissed.
Right.
I was just pissed. I'm sorry. I was pissed at everybody. Everybody who knew I was pissed. So that I didn't know. I'm saying she's gonna get some heat. I'm saying I think the end game will be them together. But I'm saying she'll get some heat because I don't care. Well, how long do you gonna say? How long do you know? I just found out recently. He's not gonna care.
So you knew though.
She knew though. Cody will be pissed at for a look at he knew the whole time. But I think with Lulu says, I think everybody's gonna get it. He's gonna be mad at Lois. He's gonna be mad at everybody. But they knew before he did. Now, Lulu, you're looking for your child and you didn't tell me about mine? I can see Dante throwing at her face. You're all about Charlotte, and I helped you. I helped you try to find Charlotte, and you kept my child from me once you found out I had a child.
Oh.
See,
Now,
that's
now, James, the writer's coming out.
it's
There
going
he
out. It's going out.
is.
Seriously, right? But right, you see that what I'm saying, right? Like I can see that it's kind of like at first, but yeah, she won't get the brunt of it, obviously, but she'll get some of it. She'll get some smoke, I think, which it's gonna really piss him off. Nobody likes to feel like they were last to know, kind of thing. And so, he won't be the last to know, but he's going to feel like they all know. And I didn't know. I didn't know. Like your child was so important to you. I can see that angle.
What I am with all of that is looking because so much has been made of Bensonhurst and the Cirillos and the Falconeries, and then Sonny being involved in that mix as well. That like, despite even yes, the family stuff that will that Sonny will have in this, but just the revelations for something that for the how much we've built that these families have had such a close and loving tie for so long to then have this secret pop up. Boy, there's going to be a lot of fireworks
Oh yeah, but
coming
then
out.
like I said, the Quartermaines, everybody. So it's going to be a big thing. Period.
Yeah,
And Gio, we got to see what his reaction is going to be. He was lied to his whole life from his aunt Lois.
that's true.
Ooh, and Tracy. Woo! I'm curious, but she never liked Lois.
No,
So that's gonna be like, but she loves Brooklyn. So she'll feel for Brooklyn because Brooklyn didn't know.
yeah.
Um, she'll feel for her, but Lois, she has no love lost for Lois. I think you're right. She'll accept Gio, of course, because he's whatever. But yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. The excuse for everyone, Math Bell says, the excuse for everyone is that it's to protect the child, but to protect the child from who? What? BLQ is rich. Dante is kind. Who are they protecting Gio from? I know. I think they mean like emotionally,
Yeah.
like
Uh,
emotionally.
yeah, it will be interesting to hear from Gloria and Lois why they decided to give it to somebody
In
so
the family.
close. Yes.
Right.
As opposed to just somebody completely off. So, yeah,
And I
that'll,
think I could now I'm thinking about it. They're saving the real anger for when Brooklyn finds out who it is.
yeah.
Then she'll go off on both. Oh my God, she'll go both of them. She's gonna lose it. She goes, like, Ma, I had to want you to take care of it, not put it in the family where I grew up alongside. This is my cousin. Oh yes, oh my God, yeah. Now it's hitting me. It's gonna be totally. That's when the blowouts. I think Lois is gonna leave because Rita Sofer has been saying she wants to retire.
Just work on her pottery.
Yes, because she mentioned that recently in a recent interview. She's thinking about summer retirement.
Really? Well, I mean, I feel like GH is that sweet spot because
Right,
she's not, I mean, much like, Wally, she's
right.
not on frequently, but I feel like this is a sweet spot where she can be on as needed, and then she has time to go out and do
That's
whatever
why
she,
she's doing it because right now it's fine. It's not. It's not. She wasn't front burner like she was on Bold and the Beautiful. She was front burner every day. It was a big storyline.
yeah.
So this one is like, yeah, she's saying at some point. So that's what the tease was. Oh my goodness, this big reveal comes out and she gets exiled, so to speak, from her daughter.
Uh,
You
I,
know,
I, while I could understand it in the immediate, I hope it is only temporary because I would not want this to be. I do like Lois, and I feel like there
why not?
are ways to have her on the canvas that are meaningful. So, but I completely understand, like at least temporarily, like you
We have
got
to
to, you got to
yeah, they have
commit.
to get her mad. I mean, if she did something. She did something wrong. Because
Yeah,
she has to have some fallout.
yeah.
She has to. I mean, she
But,
just has to have some fallout. So I'm
as much
wondering if
as
it was a real adoption.
it's one of those fly by night. But as long as it's not a, hey, Lois is leaving and we're never going to see this character played by this actress again on the show. I don't want it to be that.
Yeah,
Just take her off for a while.
throughout the pasture.
But don't, I mean, just don't get rid of the bingo. Do not get rid of the bingo.
I know. So yeah, so that was that. I think that's everything. Let me actually think. Is everything? Or did I miss something?
Yeah, one question I want to ask you, because I thought of it as we were talking a little bit about the Dante Lulu thing, is now that we've kind of been at some distance about this, how how do you still feel about Sam's death? Do you feel it was overall a good move for the show to do, an unnecessary move for the show to do?
It's mixed for you because I only want Sam on the canvas if they write for her. And as you know, the last few years they didn't write for her.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, they just didn't. So half of me was like, it's a waste. And half of me was like, well, it's fine. I mean, like, we got some great performances out of her death from people. And it's brought people into orbits we hadn't seen before. And people, I mean, I kind of like the Quartermaine house is full. That stuff would have happened before if Sam was alive. So some great stuff has come out of it. And then, however, comma, as my chocolate twin would say, if they kept her around, we're still been fine, and then but use her more, like really use her, because right now she could have been involved in the whole Drew stuff. She would have been involved in the J. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff she could have been involved in. And then with Lulu back, what that would look like. So they could have went either way, but because they didn't use her as much before she died, I don't say. I mean, I wish they didn't kill her. I wish they made her missing or coma or whatever. But they killed her. But that doesn't mean anything. They can bring her back. That doesn't mean anything either. But the way that they killed her with size on that was ridiculous. That whole thing was ridiculous. But her death did bring some good stuff. It actually did bring some good stuff.
Yeah. I was thinking about like too, I mean, like I guess I would equate it to sort of like the Alan Quartermaine death. Happens, during a big splashy event. Although more so that was much more probably exciting than the whole kind of Cyrus mystery killings of people. But I still felt like there was stuff left around that Alan could be involved with as a member of the Quartermaine. But then I felt like that was just getting us on that path of like, hey, we're gonna just start killing more and more Quartermaines.
Right.
But I saw like for Alan, that was another character that I really enjoyed. That I felt was, hey, like it was amazing to me at the time that they decided to kill him off. I was like,
I
why?
agree. I agree. I think folks just said I like Sam actually, and to me, when Lindsay Hartley came on, she played her a little better, a little differently towards the end. So I don't know if Sam was tired. I don't know if Homegirl was tired. I like Kelly Monaco. I interviewed her. I love her and everything. But I just felt like they didn't use her enough. So she was the go-to person with Dante most of the time towards the end. So with Spinelli back, I would love to have seen more stuff. They start to the very end because they knew they were killing her off. But she just wasn't. I mean, she had a lot of potential on that show, tons. Laid to everybody. I mean, there's tons of potential in there. So but they decided, I don't know. They said we're going to kill her off.
See you later, Sam.
See you later. Which I think they did. They did her a little wrong, but there are things that happen behind the scenes that some people don't know about. I know a few things. Everybody knows everything. That could have facilitated her leaving. So
Say the soap, because you can bring back anybody essentially. Um, Say like 4 years from now, they decide to bring back Sam. Does it need to be Kelly Monaco for you? Or if they recast, would that be fine?
it needs to be Kelly Monaco. If not Kelly, I like Lindsay Hartley. I like her portrayal. So I would take either. I would take either or, unless they found a really good actress of that age group with dark hair, possibly. But Lindsay Hartley, I'll take Lindsay. But I'd love to see Kelly come back and do it. Again, I like her, so I don't dislike her. So
All right.
I love kids. That's it, kids, for this week. 80 people watching. Thank you, 80 people. 83 minutes was on the air. People said Lindsay. I know she was great. She did a great job. And I've met Lindsay Hartley in real life. She's really nice. I met her at AfterBuzz. She did a show called Queens of Drama. It was on Pop TV for a minute. It was all these soap stars together. My girl Christy Ferris and all them were together. And Lindsay was great. Lindsay was so sweet. I got to talk to her a couple times. She was really nice. And then, kids, that's it for this week. As we said, Y&R and Bold only have 3 episodes this week because it's March Madness. So there's only 3 episodes. But we will be back. Those 3 episodes. It'll be a smaller version of our shows. We'll be talking about 3 episodes. But Frank and I, God willing, will be back for General Hospital next week. Talk about all the happenings in Port Charles. Frank, your emails again. If you want to know, your emails.
Oh, here we go, everybody. We are at just a lowly
1227. Wah wah. Oh my God. 1227. That's it. I
three.
know it's bigger than the other thing, but of those, like that's crazy. I think that's more than enough. That's so funny. So like, that's all. That is a lot. Because mine. Let's see. On my phone, do I have something on here? On my phone, emails. Where are my emails? Oh, mail. I don't think I even see it. It's just one.
Just one. James, how dare you?
Just
How
one.
dare you?
And that email is Poshmark. So there you go.
Oh,
Shopping.
oh, nice. You buy yourself a little snappy little shirt or something.
Yes, I sell stuff on Poshmark, so that's why I buy something on there. That's it. Yes, folks. We'll be back next week with another Soap Sunday in your hands. Everyone, please have a good week. Be careful. I know some parts of the country are going through tornadoes and stuff, so be careful where you are. I mean, those like that's we had a tornado here in LA and Pacific Riviera. It was really weird. Touchdown. So seriously, be careful out there. Take shelter, whatever you have to do out there. We send you the best because we know that's can be devastating. And I'm trying to think if there's any shout outs to anybody. Hey, that's it. Talk to you guys next week. Bye.